Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's your boy Tim. All my friends call me Klusk, so I consider you guys all my friends, so you can call me Klusk too. But today I'm gonna do 5 things that I love about my 2019 Ram Rebel 1500. So just I don't know, a couple months ago now, I traded in my 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT All-Star Edition, and I picked up my Ram. I've been loving the truck. There's a lot of things that I really like about it, so it should be pretty easy to go through and pick out 5 things that I can tell you guys about. But I think I'm gonna go number 1 is just the stereo system in it. It's got the 19 speaker Harman & Kardon 900 watt amplified with subwoofer system. I mean, there's speakers everywhere in this truck. 2 in the front doors, 2 in the rear doors, 3 up front on the dash, 2 in the rear headrest. I mean, and they're everywhere. Sub under the rear passenger side seat. Pretty cool. And then I guess this will go with it too, is the 12-inch touchscreen. And I hear a lot of people complain about the 12-inch and not having buttons to turn and press, but I can tell you now that you can control your heat with these buttons. The mode of the heat here, how strong you want it here. You have your volume, on-off radio, your browse, mute. You have AC, rear defrost, front defrost, heat for the passenger, dual climate control, obviously. Buttons down there, buttons over here, buttons over here. There's buttons everywhere. So I think honestly, when people complain that there's no buttons, they're really just saying that because they don't have the 12-inch touchscreen, so they're kind of like, but that's just my personal opinion. It's really not that much more of an expense in the option category, really. I mean, if you're gonna finance a $60,000 truck, what's another $1,000? That's the way I look at it. Everybody, opinions like assholes. Everybody has one, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is just the functionality and the practicality of the vehicle. For instance, everything's within arm's reach. The turn dial shifter with all your 4-wheel drive options, locking rear diff, all right at a quick touch of a button. It has the park sense, front and rear, and you can shut that off if you're trying to navigate around some really tight job sites like I do. It does kind of get a little annoying, but then again, it's great because once you're getting close, it'll start beeping with a yellow, and then it'll go into another field that's closer to the truck, and it'll go start flashing red and beep louder and faster. So that's kind of cool. And like the seats, both front driver and passenger seat are power, which is great. And I mean, these seats, they lay down pretty much flat. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I'll have to show you guys in a video, but most vehicles, they'll lay back, I don't know, at a 45-degree angle or so. These go back, I mean, almost flat. You can seriously lay down in this truck. So that leads me to my 3rd thing that I love about my Rebel is just the overall room in this thing. It's massive. I mean, the rear cab space alone, I don't know if you guys can really see that real good. Sorry, I'm driving. I shouldn't be making a video right now, but I'm a very safe driver. And I'm paying attention. That's why I'm not looking at the camera too much, obviously. But the room, it's great. My Silverado, it was a club cab or whatever. It only had the half door in the back. And to get all my work tools in the back of the truck was very difficult. I was stacking stuff on top of stuff just to go to work, and I didn't have a tonneau cover or a cap on the back, so if it was gonna rain or snow in the winter time, you had to bring everything in, get home on the weekends, leave it at job sites, which kind of a pain in the butt, honestly, because everybody seems to borrow things and never return them, which is pretty frustrating when you're out on your own. As a contractor, you have to buy not only your own insurance, but your own tools to complete these jobs, and they're not cheap. I can't tell you how many hammers and just tape measures and just simple things like that I've had to replace over the years, because people borrow them and then they end up with another company's stuff in their buckets. Who knows? They just disappear. But yeah, it's kind of off topic there. But so what was that? 3 or 4? I can't even remember. So let's go 4. Is the interior. It's just amazing. The seat quality, the door panel quality. I'm sure you guys have all seen the insides of these, but they're just amazingly laid out and just comfortable. The ride quality is amazing. Kind of adding more than 5 here, as you can see. But let's go with number 5. I'm going to say is just the overall look and stance of this truck from the outside. It's just such a sharp looking truck. I love it. I've tinted my front headlights the other day. I have the white and black theme. Has the black stripe on the bottom. I'm going to be putting some stickers or some vinyl wrap on it, and it has the black hood vents in the front, which are functional, by the way, everybody. And yeah, the truck is it's such a mean looking truck, and the ride quality again is just amazing. Like, coming from that 17 Silverado LT All-Star, which is a nice truck, it really was. I loved it. To this thing with those Bilstein, the new 5th gen Bilstein rear shocks actually have a side reservoir. It's probably about 6-8 inches, and it pushes the oil in and out of that to cool it, which is a really good feature. And you can tell the difference in the ride quality. Coil springs all around, no leaf springs in the back. It's got the 4-link stabilizer bars, front and rear sway bars. I had leaf springs in the back with some crappy shocks on my Silverado. It did have a stabilizer bar in the front, but on the back. This thing's got full skid plates, gas tank, rear diff, front oil pan, and then it's got that little push plate in the front on the bumper, under the bumper, which is really cool. Yeah, and comparing it to almost $46,000 Silverado, this truck is just all around better. Another thing I wanted to add too. So let's make this like a 7 or 8 things I love about my 2019 Ram Rebel 1500. Okay, so stock. Everybody knows they have this has the 5.7 Hemi V8. Stock, it's pushing, I'm not positive, it's either 395 or 398, one of the two, horsepower, and 410 foot-pounds of torque. And in my Silverado, it had 355 horsepower. I'm not sure what the foot-pounds of torque is. I think it was like somewhere around 370 maybe. I honestly don't know, I'm just guessing. But man, I had done a cold air, K&N cold air intake, 2-inch front level. I did a catback MagnaFlow, dual exhaust out the back of the bumper. I did quite a few things, but as far pedal commander, basic stuff, But between all that, and that truck moved pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But this truck, stock, with that added horsepower from factory, this truck would eat that truck after everything I did to it. And that's a fact. I'm not just saying that because I'm driving it now. I'm saying it because you punch this thing with the 8-speed tranny and that 5.7 Hemi, and she just goes. Like, it's nice. And it's pushing 33-inch tires with an 18-inch rim. I upgraded my tires on the Silverado to 265 75 R17s. I just ran the stock rim on them because I did a 2-inch front level on it. So those, and I did put Duratrax, the same tires that actually came on this truck. And I had only had them on the truck for like 2 months at the time I traded it in. So I was a little disappointed, but to see 33-inch Duratrax come on this, those are like, I think I paid $220 a piece for the 265s. So these got to be $250, $300 tires a piece at 33-inch on an 18. So yeah, I mean, the power, ride quality, the whole appearance of the truck, the infotainment center quality, I mean, everything is just by far superior to the Silverado. So I'm going to say that that's my 7 or 8 things that I love about my 2019 Ram Rebel. I hope everybody has a great day. It's your boy Klusk. Everybody, peace.